What's cracking, YouTube? Thank you guys for tuning in to Sneaker Vision once again. Today's video is going to be covering my Barry Bonds vintage MLB jersey collection. The Barry Bonds vintage jerseys are fire, whether you're a Giants fan or not. Or if you're a baseball fan, I mean, a lot of people hate Bonds. He was kind of like the Michael Jordan. Not really, I guess, but if you could take Michael Jordan's personality and mimic that in baseball, that was kind of like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he was just kind of hated by a lot. He was very arrogant. He was very cocky. And so that's what I mean as far as him being like the Michael Jordan of baseball, the home run king, Barry Bonds. Let's go ahead and get warmed up, though. This is a Russell I want to say 1984 Dusty Baker jersey. Okay, Dusty Baker was the manager of the Giants in the later years, in the 2000s. But he did play for the Giants 1 year, I believe. And that year, this Giants jersey released. So on these Russell jerseys, you have an embroidered Russell R. You do have a ribbed cuff sleeve. On the back, you have double-stitched embroidery. All the lettering is double-stitched. Beautifully stitched. Take in mind, this is a 30-something-year-old jersey, and it's in very good condition. These were well made, unlike some of the stuff today. Here's a double-stitched 1 and the double-stitched 2. Take a look at that. Just a beautiful piece. This is a Russell size 48. Here's the tag, made in the USA. Wash contents on the back. You have the old school 80s and early 90s Giants logo. Big G and a big S. Stitching on this is phenomenal, you guys. These vintage baseball jerseys are so well put together. The stitching on the collar, stitching down the shoulders is all intact. These are so well made back, when a lot of stuff was very well made and companies weren't cutting costs. They weren't cutting corners. Down here on the jock tag, baseball, Russell, vintage, jock tag, Russell Athletic. Care instructions are right there. Diamond collection, made in the USA. This is a size 48. I can usually rock a large or an extra large. An extra large I could layer, let's say in the winter time, throw this on over a hoodie or a long sleeve. So I wanted to get you guys warmed up with this vintage Baker jersey that I found on eBay. I found this for a steal too. I was so stoked when I saw this. The seller didn't know what he had, and I got it for a great deal. Or maybe he did know what he had, and he just sold it for cheap because he has a huge store or something. San Francisco Giants, 1984, I believe, Dusty Baker. Okay, the first Bonds jersey up is a Majestic Barry Bonds cream-colored jersey. Triple stitched. Let's go ahead and take a look at the front stitching. Triple stitched. You have a black on an orange on top of a gold shadow. So the gold on these jerseys is like a shadowing, and that is triple stitched. You do have a ribbed neck that is true to the on-field Giants uniforms of that time. This is like a chain link or a chain knit style. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Majestic tag, genuine Majestic. This is actually a brand new Bonds jersey that I found for a good price. Here's your MLB authentic merchandise tag, MLB Player's Choice tag, and even got the tag from the sporting goods store. $80. This jersey's worth double that now. Okay, on the back, this is not true to what they wore on field. This script and this color 25. At this time when they wore these jerseys, they wore just the number. and there was no name on the back. And if the name was on the back during that era, it had a nameplate. Bonds usually had a nameplate on the back. Okay, but the stitching is very well done. Single stitch name on the back, single stitch number. On the shoulders, you have that same San Francisco Giants orange and black knit going around the cuff. On the right shoulder, you have the felt Majestic logo and the same orange and black stripe added to this cuff as well on the right. Just a beautiful jersey, very heavy jersey too. There's your Majestic genuine MLB tag, jock tag. Okay. This was made in Korea. Any of the Majestic like vintage jerseys should have a made in wherever tag that's white, and it has this blue print on it, kind of royal blue, extra large, large, 44, 48, that type of thing. Okay. Very well made jersey. Buttons are big. Just a beautiful piece, you guys. That's the first Bonds jersey I want to show you guys. Brand new with tags. Same thing going on here. Cream Bonds jersey. This is made by Russell though. So this is a Russell Athletic extra large made in Korea. It has the chain link rib around the neck, and then you have a triple stitched Giants front logo. That black, that orange with that gold is just brilliant. Triple stitched, you guys. So this is a Russell Athletic. Here you have on the jock tag same side as the Majestic, but here you have Russell genuine merchandise worn by America's top teams, Russell Athletic. And this is a newer Russell compared to that Dusty Baker Russell that I showed you guys. Now on the back, you have the black and orange double stitched name and number. Large 25 on that bad boy. The home run kingpin, baby. And on the left sleeve, you do have an embroidered thick Russell R. All of your authentic Russell stuff, whether it's newer, like early 2000s or 90s, 80s, is going to have an embroidered R somewhere on the sleeve, usually the left sleeve. So there's another cream colored Giants Bonds piece. This one's fire. I bought this on like OfferUp from a local dude and paid, like way under market value for it. This one's dope because it's got the orange and black name and number double stitched on the back. Very thick, very heavy jersey. There's a Russell. Next up, back to Majestic. You have a 2007 San Francisco Giants Barry Bonds Majestic jersey. Authentic Majestic. Bonds 25. There you have the Batterman on the back neck. I love that. On this guy, you have the San Francisco Giants patch they threw on in the early 2000s, I want to say. Baseball with the SF. San Francisco Giants around the circle. Here you have a Beck 47 patch in memoriam of, I think his name was Rod Beck. His number was 47. They wore that patch in the 2007 All-Star Game, which was played in San Francisco. Major League Baseball All-Star Game 2007, you guys. So this jersey is the same style. You have the orange ribbed neck. Here you do have a different style font on the San Francisco. This is triple stitched as well with the black, orange, and gold. Okay, San Francisco on an arch across the chest. Down here on the jock tag, you do have authentic Majestic Athletic, authentic collection. This is a size 48. This thing is beautiful. The patches on this are huge and heavy. I just love this piece. This is a vintage piece, authentic tagging still on it. It's dead stock. And then, like I said, the Bonds Authentics, the ones that are really the top tier jerseys when they release these, not the lower quality ones, had the nameplate Bonds on a nameplate, triple stitched. Nameplate is all stitched very clean. Batterman logo is stitched cleanly. Then there you have the triple stitched 25, the black, orange, and the gold stitching. Trying to get to some up close footage of that stitching for you guys. This jersey was on auction and I won it for about 260 bucks. Forgot to show the stitching of the Majestic logo there on the left sleeve. And so, you know, these authentics with patches and that are the higher quality authentics made by Russell, Majestic, Rawlings are in the $200 to $300 range, you guys. This is dead stock, so it was a little bit more expensive. And so there you go. If you want to take a look at the inside stitching, numbers and letters, let's go ahead and do so. Boom, look at that nameplate. Oh, knocking the camera there. So, there you have it. San Francisco's very own Barry Bonds. Next up, maybe I'll catch a Pirates Bonds jersey. Kingpin, Home Run King. So, I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame. So many people agree with that as well. Some don't. He did, you know, I think get busted for steroids or performance enhancing drugs or whatever have it, but I mean, baseball knew what was going on at that time and they said absolutely nothing. You know, and so many players were doing that too at that time, so I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Nobody has been able to match his home run record, and he is just a, you know, a staple. You know, you